Hi guys, it is the 1st of December, which means we're starting our Christmas countdown. With Storytime with Chelsea today, we are reading The Little Fir Tree. So are you all sitting comfortably? Deep in the forest, quite hidden from view, among the tall pines, a small fir tree grew. The taller trees laughed when they heard the fir moan. I wish I were taller. I can't wait till I am grown. The forest is fun, the small fir tree was told. Live for the moment. Don't wish to be old. 2 winters passed, then the trees were chopped down, trimmed of their branches, and taken to town. Where are they going? The little tree wails. They're off to the ocean to hold up some sails. Oh, I wish I were taller, the small fir tree sighed. Then I'd be a proud mast, and I'd sail far and wide. Soon it was Christmas, and men came around to dig the tall fir trees from the frozen ground. Now those trees are special, a small robin cried. They're decked out in baubles and taken inside. Oh, what an honour, the small fir tree said. Rather than sailing, I'd rather do that instead. Another year passed and the Christmas Eve dawned. The woodsmen are coming, the early bird warned. Oh my, what a beauty, the old woodsman cried, and dug up the small fir tree, who trembled with pride. At last, sighed the fir tree as he left the warm earth, the time has arrived to show what I am worth. But when he was leaving, he didn't feel glad. Instead, he felt tearful and terribly sad. He called to the birds, to the rabbits and deer, and all of their friends he'd grown up so near. And with that farewell, he was carried away and thrown on the back of this bumpety sleigh. Arriving at a grand house beneath the full moon, the fir tree was put in a magnificent room. Decked out with tinsel and finished with bows, the fir tree was splendid from his head to his toes. The children clapped and shouted with glee as the fir tree stood proudly, a tall and handsome tree. On Christmas Day, from his green boughs, the children picked presents for hours and hours. Then there were dancing, feasting and drinks. The tree was so happy, he started to think. My new friends adore me, and all seem very kind. He forgot to feel sad that he'd left his other friends behind. And as day turned to evening, a story was told that dazzled the fir tree with deeds brave and bold. As the room emptied with calls of good night, what joy, thought the fir tree. I'm glad that I came. I can't wait till tomorrow for more of the same. The proud fir tree thought, this is where I belong. But when morning dawned, it seemed he was wrong. Dragged from the fine room, he was bundled away and thrust in an old shed with no light of day. Then out of the darkness he heard something squeak. He felt his twigs rustle and he heard the patter of feet. Hello, said a little white mouse. Why are you here? Tell us your story as we see in the new year. And so he told tales of his youth long ago, of the birds and animals and the deep crispy snow, As the mice gasped in wonder at all that he had done, the tree understood that the forest was indeed fun. And so the tree slumbered away in the shed, dreaming of forests and fresh air instead, until he was shaken awake by the noise of the children who'd come in search of their toys. "Look, it's our third tree," a little voice cried. "Let's shake off the dust and plant it outside." And from that beginning, much to his surprise, the fir tree grew strong and terribly wise. Now down in the garden the big fir tree grows, spreading the wisdom of all that he knows. Youth is a blessing and nature is best. Live for the moment and not for the rest. I love that story, and I hope you all enjoyed it too. If you have any book recommendations that you would love to hear me do, pop them in the comments. See you soon!